last of the 10th over. Japan, apart from the start in the power play,
はい、
they
皆
have
さん、こん
really
に
done
ちは、こ
well.
んばんは、とも
They
しまで
have
す。
watched the ball.
はい、今回はちょっと顔出して、
The plan is very nice.
クリケット、日本代表のネパール
They're
戦
playing it、
まあ
late.
見ながらというか、ちょっと
They're
ね、
not
画
going
面
for
は
the
ちょっと出
shots.
せれないんですけど、ICC のね、国
We'll
際
get
ク
the
リケット
single
委員会
despite the
の
speed of Irie, who'll
ページから
field off his own
飛
bowling.
ん
It's
で
a
見
fantastic
れま
first
すの
half.
で、ぜひ
From
ちょっと
Japan.
そちらを
So
ちょっと
impressive
見てい
last
ただ
night.
ければなと
Biggest
思
win in
い
their
ます。
cricketing history yesterday,
概要
and
欄
they are
から
eyeing another big upset by taking the scalp of Nepal to add to Kuwait. Japan in a very good position at the halfway stage of this first innings, and Stuart Law is striding out with some purpose to his charges to talk to them during the drinks break. We'll have a break here too in the commentary box. Don't go anywhere too far. Japan are 70 for 1.
TV で、で見れます。一応概要欄に入れといて、今ドリンクスブレイクですね。10オーバー終わって70ランのワンウィケット、めちゃくちゃ上々じゃないですかね。いやー、何よりまずはあれですね、昨日日本がついにクリケットワールドカップ予選で初勝利おめでとうございます。初勝利なのかな、過去の歴史だとあったのかちょっとわかんないですけど、いやー、正直むちゃくちゃ下馬評は低かったです、日本代表。ただ着実に力をつけてきている中でね、今回いやー嬉しかったですね。これは嬉しかった。正直自分も勝てるかなと思いながらではありましたけど、やっぱり応援したかったので、いやーすごかったですね。昨日勝ったからどうなんだろう、日本40位に上がったのかな。一応今のところこの国ごとで、試合形式でそれぞれ国のランキングってあるんですけど、日本は現在T20、これは画面にも、本来出てるんですけども、 ICC メンズ T20 ワールドカップ、のアジアと東アジア、の予選となってます。要は、一番短い試合形式で、一番今世界で言えば一番トレンドになっている形式なんですけれども、120球、で1オーバー、6球ごとに投手が変わっていくっていうスポーツなんですけど、クリケットは。で、6球ごとに変わる中で、それが計20オーバー、6球かける20オーバーで120球という形なんですけれども、今、実際の音声はね、流れてると思いますが。で、現在そのワールドカップの予選で、日本は B グループに入ってまして、現在この予選は9カ国が、2枠だったかな、3枠だったかな、最終的に、ワールドカップ出場できるわけですけれども、現在 B グループで昨日日本が、格上、試合開始前時点では日本は44位で、クウェートと昨日対戦しました。打った。これも引っ張っていってスクエアレッグの方かな。ヒットウィケットスクエアレッグの方にキャプテン、スキッパーと言われますが、キャプテンの門脇フレミングが、今現在38球かな、38球で、39球かな、48ラン。 で、
pumped into the
ラ
leg
ーメ
side.
ン
The
も
form of
引っ
Rahman,
張っ
not
てい
just
っ
last
て
night,
の、
but also making
前の
50
試合
in
で
the
のこの
warm-up
方が、
game, that came
日本代表ではデ
after
ビ
just
ュ
31
ー戦
balls
だったん
against
ですけ
Samoa
れ
in
ど
a
も、
5-wicket win.
60ラン
That
を
is key because he hasn't
30
got
何
going
球
yet.
かで63ラン
Fleming
だ
is
っ
the
たか
one
な、
driving the
達
total.
成しまして、
160 plus on the cards here, Paresh.
マン・オブ・ザ・マッチですね。その試合の最終選手に選ばれたわけですけれども。
They have to get rid of
いやー、いいですね。
very beautifully.
で、今日の試合もさらに格上、ネパールでございますが、昨日の試合はクウェートと戦って、クウェートが、試合前時点で22位だったかな。
Well, a brilliant
で、日
innings.
本
He's going to have a bit
44
of
位
pain
とか
because
なり
the
の
throw
格上
hits him
で、
as it comes in.
結構ク
But it's come off
リケッ
40
トの世界
deliveries,
だと
and you cannot
ね、
help but argue
上
he's
の
deserved
方
every
に
bit of
な
that.
っ
He
て
was
く
right
ると
last
ね、
night
な
for
かな
28,
か
but
こ
it's
う
an
勝てない、
11th
下の方が
T20
まあ勝
international
てない
50to
の
go
がまあ
alongside
普
the
通みたい
200s
な
that he
ランキング
has.
的に下
He's
の方が
Japan's
勝てないの
leading
が普通みたい
T20I
な
run
と
scorer,
ころなんですが、
and
お、
he is
その間
very
に
much
喋ってる
pulling
間に
Nepal to the
門脇
sword
フレ
and
ミング
leaving
50
the
ラ
man
ン
from the
達成
Himalayas
で
in
す
trouble.
ね。
He must
こ
be
の
very
形式
proud
だ
of
とね、
himself.
120球
Scoring a
しか、
50 against
攻
top ranked side
撃
Nepal, who's
パ
played
ートという
two
か打撃パートでは
T20
ない
World
の
Cups.
で、50ラン達成するのが結構、その選
Pulled
手の
away
ステータ
again
スみたい
behind
な感じ
square.
です
There is a
ね。
fielder they're looking for two, but
他の試合形式
none
だ
of the
と
other
ね、
picks it up and throws the ball
50
to
ラ
the
ン、
keeper.
さらには100ランっていうのも、記録していく選手は結構いらっしゃるんですけれども、基本的にクリケットでは、50ランごとにこうスタンディングオベーション、拍手で称えるっていうのが一般的になってますね。
Just a reminder for those maybe tuning in for the first time, it's
前の試合ね、ちょっと不運な、
the Nepalese diaspora all around the world, and back
打
there
っただ
in
けが
Nepal.
ボーラーに当たって跳ね返ったのがスタンプに当たってしまってって感じでしたから、おっと、これはうまく引っ張って、
runs off every delivery of this jaw over, and Japan continuing to press their opposition, building up a very good second wicket partnership.
あれ何だったっけ？
The five
サー
ball
ドマン
that
じゃなくて
Gulchan
サー
Jai
ド
has
マンの逆
bowled
だ。
has all been on the shorter
ファイン
side.
レッグだ。
All the balls have been pulled by either
ファイン
Rahman
レ
or
ッグの
Fleming.
方
So
向
he
に
has to
引
change
っ
his
張っ
length.
て
He
いっ
has
て
to
の
go a bit further,
バウンダリーで
try to
4ランですね。
get the batsman to come onto the
いや
front
着
foot.
実にいい感じに得点してますよ。いや、このバッター3番バッターいいですね。
Finally, a dot ball in the over, but 9 runs come from as he does get a bit fuller. Good partnership this Paresh, I have
い
to
や、
say.
いい
They've
パー
played
トナー
ever
シ
so
ップ築
nicely.
いてますよ、ここ
Poor old
は。
Abhishek Anand looked like a fish out of water out there for the
いや
majority
ー、
of
し
that
かし、
first 3 or 4
今
overs.
この
But since
2
he
人の
was
バッ
dismissed
タ
with
ー
the
で、
score
46球、フ
on
ェ
11,
ーズ
these
し
two
て
have
の
gone 68
68
off
ラン、この
46.
2
They've
人の
done
バッ
it
ターで
easily.
今、68ランを記録できているということですね。いいパートナーシップですね。
An acknowledgement as to just how far this
いや、素晴
beautiful
らしい
game
で
of ours
す。
is
い
spreading.
や、
Just
で、
how
昨日
good
の試合
granting
に戻るん
T20
ですけど、
international status
昨
has
日
been
自
for
分も夜
every
勤だったんですけど
member
ね
of、the ICC.
昨日
Need to
の
look no
試合、
further than
ほんま
today.
しび
They've
れま
already
した
pulled off
ね。
the biggest win in their history.
いや、ド
As
キ
the
ドキし
captain
ながら
Campbell
見て
Fleming
まし
said
た
at the
よ。
toss, they've already kind
い
of
や
they're into bonus territory. Their goal was to reach the Super Sixes. They're
まあ、
already
正直
there.
格上相手
They're
にも
hovering
全然、
towards
まあ、
dreamland now because
正
they
直
have
言え
Nepal
ば
in real trouble.
かなり打たれましたけれどね、
With his
178
strike rate
ラ
with
ン
the
ぐらい
ball, I think it's a
ね、
very good
打
move.
たれたわ
Nepal
け
need
ですけれ
wickets.
ども、
They definitely need wickets.
それを上回る
Not
打
one,
撃
a
力
couple
あ
of
るのかっ
wickets.
ていうちょっと不安視はあったんですけれども、正
Talking about
直
the
に、まあ、そこまでね、まあ、
It's a
私も
very
まあ、
good
その日
partnership
本代表の
between
試
these
合を
two,
終えてはないん
Rahman
で
and
すけれど
Fleming.
も、それでもやっぱりこの、今、ね、打っ
Slug
た、
sweep comes out and gets it all the way.
おー、ナイ
Right
スシ
out
ョ
of the
ッ
screws as
ト
Fleming continues to
バン
attack.
ダリで、
Doesn't take a
こ
look
れ
at
は
Kuchel Pertel.
6スかな
Looks like we have more runs in this
そうか
surface
な
than we had
6かな
in the earlier
どう
games
か
of
なっ
the
てところ
tournament.
ですけ
Another
れど
superb
も、
shot.
いや、
Loves that slog
スイー
sweep.
プショッ
Takes
ト
on
で
the
ス
field
イ
in
ー
the deep.
プ
Gets
し
it
な
over
が
the
ら
head of
持
the
ち上
defending
げてい
Irene.
きましたね。
Just gets us on the
6 で
bounce.
すね。
It was not that fuller, but back of the length.
そしてここ
Another
も、
attempted
まあ、打っ
pull
て
shot,
い
but
っ
straight
て
to long on.
ロングオンが取
Just
っての
a single
まあシングルですかね。
This is impressive batting by Japan.
いや、いいペースですよ。
The confidence that they got after beating Kuwait.
いや、クウェートに勝ったの多分結構クリケット界では衝撃ですからね、日本が勝ったっていうのね。 さあ、ここで、
And things are going from bad to worse here for Nepal, and real concern now. It's Rahman getting in the act. It's another six. This one, the first one for the right-hander. 2 sixes and 3 balls. Not the greatest delivery. And Nepal are being run ragged by a highly impressive, a jubilant Japan.
That was a half tracker by Kushal Patel on the leg side.
ここやっぱりやっぱフレミングの打撃力だけが突出してたようなイメージはあったので、その中でちょっとラーメンが入ったのはかなりピースとしてでかいんじゃないかなと、得点力アップに関しては。
Karawaki Fleming, and then Rahman's taking the
2
third
人
ball
で
for
いい
6.
パート
Already
ナーシ
13
ップ
from
で、
the over.
お互いがストライクして打っ
Driven very
て
pleasingly.
いけてるっていう
Should
のが
think of
で
the
かいです
second.
ね。これ2ランいけるんじゃないか
Tumbles
な。
doesn't quite get to his feet
こ
quickly
れは
enough.
取ったフィールダーが
Runs
転び
continue
ま
to
したの
come.
で、
Japan putting Nepal to the sword. Who would have seen this 24, 48 hours ago?
This is extremely good batting by these two batsmen. After hitting a 6, just plays it down to long off, takes
ちょっと自分も酒飲みながら見てますけど。ここはショートカバーが。
this time around, a dot ball straight to Dipender Singh Airi.
多分ね、ここの画面で出てるやつの方が多分早いと思うんですけど、試合画面はちょっとやっぱり少し遅れたりはしてるので、そこは許してくださいね。ここも打ってシングルですね。
The depth of the game and well, the wonder and brilliance of T20 cricket. With 12 overs bowled, it's 95 for 1, and the big overs are picking up and peaking up.
いい感じですよ。
Lamachani taking to the sword, Bertel now taking to the sword.
このオーバーは15ランオーバーですね。15ランオーバーが2回記録してますからね。またパワープレーの時じゃなく、6オーバーまでの外へのフィールダー配置が多い、少ない時のパワープレーじゃなくね、それ以降でこれだけ得点を重ねれてるっていうのがかなりでかいですね。
And obviously, Asia, East Asia Pacific coming together for the first time. So the last two, one of them here in Muscat, and then the other one back on home soil in Nepal, they didn't have it all their own way either. They won 4 out of 5 here in Oman, didn't qualify. Sampal Kami returns.
今後ろにすくって持っていこうっていう感じのショットを狙いに行きましたがミスしましたね。空振りですね。スクープショットを狙いに行きましたが空振り。
Because they lost to Oman in the group stage, which was a shock and a bit of a surprise. It meant that their semi-final wasn't at the TU International Cricket Ground. It was across at the Mulpani against the highest ranked side in the competition. And they managed to outplay them and beat them and create those jubilant scenes.
どうだ。
But there are a few scars, aren't there? Albeit from different eras. One with Pabudu Dasanayaka and one with
深く守ってるポイントが
Monty Desai.
拾っ
But
て
for
まあ
Stuart
シン
Law,
グルで
he
す
knows that
ね
these。qualifiers don't come easy. He's not underestimating any of the opposition, but make no mistake, Nepal are in real trouble there.
They are. They need wickets and need them very quickly.
150このペースなら150ラン近くはいくのかな。
The way they've played, the way they've complemented each other, the way
キャ
that
プテンが細かく守備位置の変更を今指示してますね、ネパ
recognize
ー
the
ルの
ball
方
and hit them out
で
of the
今
park.
回、クウェートもね22位でかなり強いところですけれ
Peering
ども、
across at the
てか
two
めちゃくちゃ強い
dugouts
ところ
there.
ですけども、
Very
ネパール
different
は
body
さらに
language
上の
between
今
the two sides.
18位ぐらいですからね。
Looking really comfortable and confident.
それに対して今堂々と、やってま
Whereas
すよ。
Nepal are looking, well, a bit concerned, a bit
なかなかちょっ
cautious.
とバウンダリーが出てこなくなってはいますが、
Fielding
減る
energy
こ
is
とな
a
く
bit
コツコ
flat,
ツとね、
understandable in the
シン
heat.
グルを重ねていくっていうのは
At the
でかい
moment,
ですから
they're
ね。
staring down the barrel of, well, what could be 160, what could be 170. Every chance of 9 wickets in hand. Japan, there's no limit to their
そう
ambitions.
そう。
And they are attacking the ball. They are not just looking for singles. They want to hit boundaries. They are just swinging the bat, looking at the ball, swing the bat.
It's what
さあ、
impressed
ど
me
こ
so
まで
much
こっ
last
から伸
night.
ばせるかだよな、
ゲーム
ラン。うわ、チャージしてい
Okay, he's
った
missed
け
out
ど、
with intent, positive intent.
空振り、これも。
Kami's been the standout in terms of economy. A reminder, no Nepal bowler has taken a wicket yet, only the run out to fall. And all that Kami's
思
doing
っ
at the other
たより
side
ボー
is
ル
that
が跳ね
consistency
ない
and
のか
accuracy.
な。
It all
どこも
depends on your line and length. what Gulsanjah did. He bowled short and
今
left.
も
That is why he was
バッ
pulled
ト
every
の
ball.
下をボールが
The five balls
跳ね
that he
ていっ
bowled
た
in that
感じ
over.
だったの
The
で、
only ball was a
そこ
dot
を考
ball. The
える
last
と多
ball he
分ちょ
bowled
っ
it
と、
fuller.
さあ、
Pumped into the
こ
sky.
れは
Goes
打
a
ち
long,
上げ
long way
た。
up. Long
さあ、
Long
どう
comes
だ。
around and holds on to the
ああ、
catch.
落と
Suddenly
さな
pure
か
up.
った。
And Cammy gets
ラーメン
really
が
deserved reward.
アウトに
Bowled
なりました
exceptionally well.
ね。
It might have been a little change of pace
いやー、ウ
again.
ィケットで
We'll
す
see on the replay.
ね。
Jora does well because that was a steepling catch, and finally,
わ、
the
ネパー
Nepal
ルの
fans
ファ
here
ン
in
多
such
いな。
numbers have something to
結構
celebrate.
観
The
客、
second wicket
結構観
falls to
客
the
い
big
るな、
one
ネ
two.
パールの
Rahman
応援
who's
多い
got to
な。
go.
This time around,
いやーさあ、こ
again,
こで多分
Sompal
4
Kami
番
bowled
は
it
ラ
a
ビ
bit
チャ
fuller.
ンドラン
And
か
I
な。
think it was a slower ball as well. Yes, it was the leg cutter. Fuller though.
積極的
Very
に
smart
ね
catch、taken by Sundeep
バ
Zora.
ウン
He's
ダ
a
リを
very,
狙
very
うショ
good
ットを
fielder.
しには行ったんですが、残
Great
念ながら
execution, Paresh. I agree. It wasn't an easy catch, not just because it went so high, but also it's travelled from the bright sky there into the shadows of the floodlight. So, yeah, really, really good
さあさあ、
execution in the deep, and Nepal will breathe a bit of a sigh of relief. Can they get into this middle order a bit? The goal really now is to probably keep the strike away from the skipper, Kadawaki Fleming, as
あ、違うな、高橋。ああ、高橋ブラシのか。あ、そっちを先に4番で持ってきましたね。
the team manager for Japan, was serving us a few
前の
curveballs.
試合でも
He's indicated
ね、
that
結構
Ibrahim
6を
Takahashi was going to bat
何
at
本
number
持ったり
9.
はしてたから、
He's in at number
そ
4.
れを
What's happening
見
here?
越しての
Maybe he's out there
4
to
番で持
just
ってきた
pinch
の
hit
か
the
な。
ball. This
クリ
is
ケ
a
ットは
very good
一応とりあえ
platform
ず
for
の
Japan
こ
to
う
score
出てる
around
オーダーは
70 odd
あるん
runs
ですけれ
in
ども、
this innings.
基本的にこの次のバッターを誰を出すかっていうのは、まあ、もうその個々の判断なので、
This is better.
今のも
Right,
危なかったな。
attempting a block hole.
足元に投げてきてる
Great
の
over.
が、
And
確
two
実
singles
に
and
ウ
the
ィケッ
wicket
トを狙い
come
に来て
from
る
it.
なっていうのが分かり
Yeah,
ます。
real wild card, this one.
いやー、ここ
Listed at
ツ
number
ーランし
9.
か取れなかった
Some
です
teams are
ね
good enough to give us an indication or an idea as to what batting order they will go with. It looks like they had 3 batters padded up. They've decided to go with the man who's batted at, well, every position in the order with the exception of 9, 10 and 11, even though he's listed at number 9 in our order. Majority of the time he comes in at number 7. That's where he spent the majority of his career. He's played 42 in T20 internationals, including today. Career best of 39. Strike rate only 123. So
さあ、
I'm not sure what it is that Japan have seen to change their order so significantly.
あれ今日ラビチャンドラン出ないの？
Probably would have felt that Benjamin Ito Davis or Sabarish Ravichandran would have been in now. But maybe not quite sure. We'll have to wait to ask Kendall Fleming in the post-match. But they've gone with a big change. Gulshan Jat is going to bowl his second over. Change of ends for him. Robert Powell clearly seeing that something that isn't assisting the Nepal spinners as much as he would like in today's surface.
まだ1球しか。で、ここでフレミン
They
グで
actually
す
see
ね。
Lenny, they haven't bowled in
に
the
対
right
しての
areas.
ボーラーが、
Only
もうちょっと
Dipendra
こ
Singh
っちの画
I
面をあ
was
れ下
able
げ
to
よう
bowl in
か
the
な。
right areas, stump to stump, attacking the stumps. None of the spinners,
ボーラ
apart
ー
from
もこれで
Dipendra.
映るかな。うん。オッケーオッケー。
And even Gulshan Jha, he
Jha,
was on a
Jha,
shorter side in his
Jha.
first over.
Yeah, Rajbanshi's solitary over went for 13, Bertel's for 16, Lamachani has bowled 2 overs for 20. Irie, the only economical one alongside Sampal Kami, really. So Road Powell is having to adjust and adapt his bowling plans.
ここは
He's probably thrown
シング
plan
ル
A,
を
plan
取
B
っ
and
て
plan
の
C out the window
次、
with
さあ
how well
高
Japan
橋が
have
打てるの
gone.
か。
He's just now rotating through what he feels is best for the very
これネ
moment.
パールは
Japan so
あれです
impressive.
ね、ペーサ
Their
ー
captain
使っ
leading from
て
the
フ
front,
ァ
60
ス
not
ト
out.
ボーリング
What
で
can
攻めてき
Takahashi
てま
do
す
in
ね。
support?
さあ、引っ
Looks
張
like he's been
った
sent out
打
to have a
球
go.
は、
That is what a 9 he was listed as number 9 in the
エクストラカバー方面に行ってのシングルですね。
Did bat 5 yesterday, and again that was kind of a promotion up the order late in the innings. Came in the 16th over, made 26 off 15, hit 3 sixes. So I suspect that's the rationale. But Sabarish Ravichandra made 39 off 29. Maybe the more likely option.
さあ、
Good change of pace And chipped straight to Rohit Powell, who takes a very good catch. Gulshan Jazz pumped up, giving it a big, big celebration.
うわ、マジ
Not
か。
happy with the position that Nepal were in the game. And, well, an inspired piece of captaincy. Not just the catch he took, but the bowling change to go with it.
うわ、キャ
And
プテ
again,
ンがアウトに
it's
なっちゃっ
Nepal's
た。
fans that are ebullient and delighted. Clever bowling, clear slower ball, and a
だ
crucial
けど、
breakthrough.
あ
Yes,
ー
it is,
カバーがうまく
Like
キ
we
ャ
were
ッチし
talking
まし
about,
た
he
ね。
was on a shorter side in his first over. He bowled an off cutter, fuller length. The batsman was deceived, even though he was playing on 60. Fleming has to depart. A very well compiled 60 of 46 deliveries.
素晴らしい
Very
バッ
well
ティング
played
で
by
した。
Fleming.
さあ、次のバッター
Yeah,
誰
but
が
Fleming
出
was
てくるんだ
superb.
ろ
And I just wonder how much of the momentum of this game is going to swing now and shift with the departure of the captain. One captain catches out the other. Good catch that too
う。
from
いや、
Powell.
こ
He
こで
made it
上
look
位のバッ
easy.
ターが、ちょっとウィケット落としたのは結構きつい
Where
な。
Gulshan Jazz getting a decent talking to. He went huge with the celebrations. It was off camera because we were watching the catch of Rohit Powell, understandably, but he really gave it the big one. I suspect there might have been a bit of a send-off, possibly a few words, but that for me speaks volumes about the importance of that wicket and the position that Nepal were in this game, Paresh. They needed that wicket ever so badly.
Yeah,
誰
they
結
needed
局どの
that.
バッターが出てるか
That
わ
was
かんない
clever
な。
bowling and good captaincy by Rohit Powell to bring back
この
Gulshan
画
Jai
面
into the
で
attack.
中継画面見てもちょっとわかんないですね。
Deceived Fleming completely and a very smart catch by the captain Rohit Powell. 3 down for 99 Japan.
朝、ここでラビチャンドランが出てき
This
ま
time
した
gets the
ね。
length right again. It will now be Sabarish Ravichandran. Initially listed at 3, down at 4 yesterday. As he goes fuller, and on-pace delivery that beats the outside edge. That's got to be the length. It's not rocket science, ball a good length.
いいボールを投げ
Yeah,
ま
that
す
is,
ね
should。be the length. The first over was all short balls. The last ball that he bowled in the first over, that was a dot ball. That was the length.
Great piece of captaincy though by Powell, because of all the options he had, Zhao was maybe one of the more unlikely ones to turn back to. But he saw enough to think that
ここで
it was
まあ
the
なん
time
と
to get his
100ラ
young
ンを
all-rounder
達
into the
成。
game. The 100 comes up here in the 14th over. And it's going to be a difficult final 6, isn't it, for Rohit Powell to kind of plot and navigate his way through.
さあ、ここ
Steered
もうま
away.
く流
Should
し
be a
て、
couple. Sampal Kami is quick, but he was
で
quite
サード
fine.
マンが追い
And
つい
will
て
always
の
get、back for 2.
まあ2ランで。
102 for 3 now, the score. And with the left-hander dismissed, 2 right-handers out there, where does Rohit Powell turn next?
It can be Sandeep Lamachani because he's bowled only 2 overs. Lalit has bowled only 1. It can be either Lalit or Sandeep.
There's even the wild card of the
打
possibility
たれた
of
ボーラーは
Kushala having a
使わ
bowling
ないよう
bowling
にしてい
in
る
the
感じです
warm-ups.
ね、やっぱり。うまく。
But yeah, it's such a tricky thing. It's a great asset and a benefit for Nepal having so many bowling options, but it can make your job more difficult as a captain as well, because it's very rare all of your bowlers are going to bowl their full allocation. I can't remember a game where Nepal have only used 5 bowlers in recent times.
現在、オマ
So
ー
it
ンで
will be
試合して
Sandeep
るんですよ
Lamachani.
ね
You're。spot on the
オ
money,
マーンクリ
Paresh.
ケットアカ
Will
デミ
come back into the attack. He has 2 left. It's 102 for 3.
ー。
Can he do all run out
おっ
chance?
と
Not going to be
大き
effective.
く飛び出してたけど
And on comes in well to back up Jura. Can he do what he did 2 days ago, which was bowl a pretty poor first 2 overs, go for 19, and then come back really strongly?
That is what he is looking to do. Excellently bowled. The pace of the ball is exactly the same what I wanted to see. Very
いやいい
slow
ボール
in
投
the
げま
air.
すね。
Just looks more comfortable, understandably, like all leg spinners are, bowling to 2 right-handers.
あ
It's
あ
the
と
Achilles
5
heel,
オー
it's
バ
the
ーどこ
nemesis
ま
for
で伸ば
most
せる
ladies.
かな。
The left-hander. Oh, Googly got him. And it's almost deja
うわー、ウィ
vu.
ケット。
Lamachani at it again.
ラビチャンドラもアウト。
Expensive in his first 2 overs and comes back with a beauty. Not sure it was picked by Ravichandran, cuts him in half, and the top of the leg stump gets rocked back. Nepal are fighting back with a vengeance here. This is a remarkable turnaround.
It is. It was a googly ball pitching and going into the right hand and never picked up. Gave himself room. Missed it completely. Fleming and Rahman, they were able to read the googlies what Sandeep Ramachandran was bowling. But Ravichandran didn't do it. He faced 5 balls.
前の試合がね、いいバッティングしてたんだけどな、ボーリングもね、オールラウンドな活躍してたんだけど。
Fight back. Nepal were in real trouble. You could sense it, you could feel it from their fans.
さあ、ちょっとここで、ちょっと悪い流れ切りたいですね。
Tuning into this ICC.TV broadcast, messages from people and Kantapur back in.
ちょっとこのままだときついな。
In Nepal, sure you've had friends all over the Kathmandu Valley and beyond. Paresh, enjoying the action?
It's the afternoon in the Nepal back home. It's just almost 5:30. It's the best time to watch cricket.
Yeah, the kind of the timing of this match falls really well, doesn't it? Friday evening, I suspect there's a few enjoying maybe a hot lemon, ginger and honey somewhere in one of the cafes of Lalitpur or Bhaktapur or Kathmandu itself, or down to the Terai, down to Barawa, Birgunj, Nepal Gunj. Maybe they're enjoying something even a bit stronger on a Friday evening, and 2 out as Benjamin Ito Davis comes to the crease. He's in at number 6, slip in place. And it's so nearly 2-2, which would have made it an absolute mirror image of 2 days ago. The inside edge saves Ito Davis. Great fight back from Nepal. At one point, real trouble, 97 for 1. They've turned this game on its head.
They have, and we were talking about Japan's batting. Nicely driven. I think he read the googly in that occasion. We were so glued to Japan's batting, we forgot to tell how good the wicket has played.
Yeah, I think the wicket has played well. The pitch, I've come across one, I think, from when we were here 2 nights ago. There's good scores last night. That one is short and pulled away, but protection out there will keep it to just a single. Howdell's fielding often goes under the radar because of his even more illustrious colleagues, but he's very good in the field too. Great over from Lamachani, a wicket, and 2 runs come from it. 15 bowled, 104 for 4. Japan have a tricky situation here, Paresh, don't they? Because they had such momentum, they had such a strong position. They now need to readjust and find a way to use these final 5 overs to battle up to a total that they can still defend. Is 140 enough, or do they need to take even more risk to get more than that?
Well, if they kind of want to take a risk and lose wickets, 140 is also not on the cards. So they have to watch the ball. Gulshan Shah's, the second over that he bowled was brilliant. Took a wicket of Fleming, who was playing on 60. It should be a fuller delivery, pace off.
Oh,
he's got him, and Gulshan Jah has another inspired bowling changes, and he's back, the big man. Barely used with the ball over the last couple of months, and the fans are banging the stands here, getting right behind their team. Takahashi, the promotion up the order doesn't quite work, not able to get those big 6s that he affected yesterday against Kuwait. He's cleaned up for 4.
Yeah, it was a short ball and he went away from the stumps. That is why he got that inside edge into the stumps. This is brilliant bowling by Gulshan Jah, mixing his length. The second over that he bowled was full length. This time around he recognized the batsman was going to the back foot. That is why he bowled a shorter one. Takashaki has to depart for 4.
ここでことごとくちょっと落ちてってるのやばいぞ。ちょっとこの連鎖を止めないと。
He didn't look comfortable, did he? Ball always angling in and forcing his way in to the right-hander. As it will be Suzuki McComb to the crease at number 8. Great names in this Japanese side. 7 of the 11 today with those double barrel names. Of the 15-player squad, 11 passport holders, 9 of them born in Japan. Almost the entire squad speaks Japanese as well. He attempts a rather audacious stroke, to say the least, from the first ball. Probably lucky he doesn't make any contact there.
Well, you can see that there are fine leg and third man in the boundary line. I don't know what he was trying to do. He was trying to hit that ball over the keeper's head.
Yeah, you're spot on. Because deep third and fine leg are back, it doesn't feel like a natural stroke. Again, just to maybe a prospect of that little bit of nerves and that position that Japan now find themselves in. Great fielding, great anticipation from Japan. Nepal have twisted the knife here in an extraordinary manner. They've turned this game completely around. They were looking in huge trouble. Japan had all the momentum, and a combination of jazz support from Mamachani and Sampal Kami have got it back right under control for Nepal. Outstanding stuff.
No, actually they have not pressed the knife, but they've turned it as well, like what Das would used to say.
Another dot ball. So that was the former head coach of Nepal from Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
There's been an illustrious group of names, isn't there, involved as head coach in Nepal over the years?
Yes, there was. But in 1996, it was some Bhatnagar from India. And then 98, also Bhatnagar, I think. In 2000, Harun Rashid from Pakistan. 2001, Aftab Baluch from Pakistan. And since 2002, and in the Under-19 World Cup as well, Roy Das came in.
Outstanding bowling. And Japan's frustrations are growing. You can imagine the runworm has just plateaued completely, because remember, they lost the second wicket at the score on 97 in the 13th over. Since then, they've barely been able to find a run. And Nepal are turning this game around remarkably. In terms of the coaching and support staff for Japan, Dougal Bedingfield has been there in place for 11 years now, as not just the head coach of the national team, but he also works as the cricket manager for Cricket Japan, based out of their headquarters in Sano, and currently the team manager, also the COO of the organisation. Duncan Harrison is here as the assistant coach. Experience for him down with the women's Renegades, Melbourne Renegades, down in Australia. It's another dot. It's a wicket maiden. Incredible. And Gulshan Jha deserves every bit of praise he's going to get. He is as impactful a cricketer as we're going to see in this tournament. He changed the game when Nepal were in quite a bit of trouble against Kuwait by hitting 20 off 5 balls before getting out with 3 consecutive sixes. His first over went for 9. His next 2 he's taken 2 for 5, including that wicket maiden. He is the dream all-rounder. He is the wild card, the ace up the sleeve of Stuart Law and Rohit Powdell. And the teenager, well, deserves a huge amount of praise. Outstanding from him.
Very, very talented cricketer. Mind you, he hasn't bowled. He didn't bowl in the West Indies series. He didn't bowl in the first match against Kuwait.
I don't think he's bowling there either. Here's Lamachani's final. Just to round out the rest of the Japan support staff. We've got Devin Van Askeren, who's the physio from South Africa, was working as the S&C coach at the Dolphins, so he's experienced in professional franchise cricket, and also on this tour only does do a bit of consultancy generally with Cricket Japan. Lachlan Stevens, the former Queensland, Western Australia and Victoria coach, so they've a really good guiding hand with them, plenty of Australian exposure. And even if they don't end up winning this game, they're going to reassess tomorrow on the rest day and say, we're into the Super Sixes. We had Nepal on the ropes at one stage of this game. They can still win it. Absolutely, 130, 140 could be defended. But they're going to have so much to take and to look forward to into their final 4 Super Six matches.
Absolutely. It's a very good team. We could see how Fleming bats, how Rahman bats.
They might be a little reliant on, from the batting perspective, on a couple of players. That might be the only thing you would say could be the weakness going forward into the Super Six. As the Googlies toss it down the ground, Lamachani's very much hunting for wickets, as any good leg spinner always does here in his final over.
Yeah, leg spinners, they always look for wickets, hunt for wickets. That is why the great late Shane Warne was all about.
Every leg spinner was, even the terrible ones like me. Desperate for wickets, always. It's all you ever wanted. You knew you'd get hit for a few boundaries, you knew you'd bowl some bad balls, but you knew you'd have your moments too. He's bowled that from about 23, 24 yards. I think he might have sensed Suzuki Macomb coming. Good bowling from Lamachani.
Yes, and it was an attempt at googly. He made it a Yorker length by himself, Suzuki.
ここは強く打ってほしいな。
Now they have to get going.
Goes the googly again, and that could have gone anywhere. Comes off the top edge.
でもこれもバウンダリーまでいかないか。
for a
マッツ
couple.
ーラン。
Yeah, just to kind of further the point on Japan's probably their slight over-reliance on a few players. Rahman's very new to the team. He only made his T20I debut this year. He's one you would count upon, no doubt. But Kendall Kadawaki Fleming is the only batter with more than 1,000 T20I runs. Ravichandran not that far from him on 902. But they're the only two that have played a decent number of matches. As he comes down the track, it goes a mile into the sky. It will be a second for Lamachani. Takes on the googly. Lamachani will get two. He's fought back brilliantly. 2 overs, 1 for 20. Here comes 4 overs, 2 for 25 as Japan slide further.
That's exactly like a replica of the first game. He was 19 of 2 overs in his first spell and came back and was on a hat-trick. Again, 20 of his 2 overs in his first spell, comes back with 2 wickets.
持ち上げたけど。
Very good spell.
Probably would
打ち上げて
question
の
the shot
アウト
choice
か
a。little bit as well, Paresh, because, well, you look at it and you say it's the last delivery of Lamachani. You've got 5 wickets in hand. Can you just take a single? Or give yourself those last 3 overs to work with? Instead, Suzuki Macomb, who really struggled out there, 1 off 9, including the 5 dots from Gulshan Jah, who's going to continue and bowl his 5th and final. Yeah, 2 great fight backs from Lamachani, the 25-year-old. 2 for 22. And then 2 for 25 today. So
3
2
オー
for
バーあるん
22
だ
is
から
that's
なん
great.
とか得点。
He's got 4 wickets
シング
in
ル
the
ででもいいから
tournament.
積み重ねて
As
ほ
I
しい
think。the catch was again held by Sandeep Jora.
91ランでも
Everywhere out
18点は
there. And
重ねられるわけ
standard
だ
of
から
Nepal's fielders, he often goes underlooked as to how brilliant he is. There's so many good ones. Bim Sharkey not in the squad here. Another brilliant fielders all littered throughout his side. It will be Sakurano Thomas to the crease. He'll be at the non-striker's end. He was initially listed at number 6. Down at number 8 as Irie threatens and says, "Do not run one to me, the tiger."
うまいなこれ
He runs to the ball so fast. Even the batsman couldn't realize that he's already onto the ball.
It's even just his presence, isn't it? Like, very threatening in there. And
Talking about Sundeep Zora, he's one of the best outfielders in the Nepal team.
And I think something Nepal do really well is they get their... They have so many good fielders. They probably only have 1 or 2 to hide. But they get there's almost dedicated fielding positions, isn't there? Kushal Patel's always out at long on towards the death overs. Jora's at long off. Irie's always in the circle, prowling, finding those run-outs. Powdell's usually out at deep mid-wicket. Another leg cutter. And then, okay, you somewhat have to hide the likes of a Lalit Rajbanshi. So he'll probably be in there. Where is he at the moment? Maybe short third. Is he? Sandeep Lamachani round the corner at fine leg. It's a very well-drilled fielding unit, and their fielding has actually made a difference here. The bowlers have come back and needed to come back hard, but the fielding again makes a difference.
The fielding in the second game against West Indies, I cannot forget that. Even Kushal Malla is a very good outfielder.
Deep third will tidy up. Haven't managed to get to any messages today, but if you do want to get in touch, you can use that hashtag T20 World Cup to get in touch, or you can send a direct message into me, Andrew Leonard, at Cricket Badge here on either Twitter or Instagram. Any questions for Paresh, let us know about them. Always love to hear where you're watching from. And as always, whenever you mention a couple of places in Nepal, you get all the messages from people saying, "Hold on, sir, you haven't mentioned Pokhara yet," or "I'm out in Sudar Prashim in the far west," or "I'm in Bharatnagar down in the east." Too many beautiful places to name in Nepal and the diaspora watching in too. Irie, straight at him. Japan immediately identified that and said, "We're not going to take on the one." Good fielding again. Swift work to his left.
And it was on his left, and he so quickly turned around and took the ball. That's incredible speed by ID.
Apparently there's 77 districts in Nepal. Do I need to name them all each game?
Do you know them all?
I reckon I know 20 or 30. And I recognise 40 or 50, but do a quiz tonight, Birch, me and you. Irie, run out chance. Oh, no. It was nearly 3 in 2 games. And the side-on replay is going to make for fascinating viewing. It was a run in desperation. It was to his left. He made the swift ground. Again, everything happened so quickly. Was this one out? Oh.
He's so accurate in his throws. 2 direct hits already in this tournament so far. He missed this one.
どうだ。
Cut away a long way behind square, and the diving stop is not implemented successfully. So Gulshan Jazz, remarkable spell of bowling. He claps his hands in frustration. Will end with a boundary as Rajbanshi unable to cut off the boundary in the deep, but it doesn't take away from the impact that he has had. 2 for 20 for him, and an outstanding comeback. But Japan have an important boundary with 2 overs to go. 115 for 6.
So, 残すところあと2
just want to go back to that run out replay if we can, just to see whether or not the direct hit would have been out. Difficult to kind of anticipate from our angle. You can see here it was worked into the offside, maybe a slight hesitation. Yeah, from that straight on angle, looks like it might have been there. Not sure if we can get the side on one, might be too late now. As Sampal Kami comes back into the attack to bowl his 4th and final. He's been good today too. And he starts into the block hole. Worked away for the single.
While these bowlers were warming up, they were warming up as if they were bowling Yorkers. That is what is required now in the death overs, the penultimate over of the innings.
Yeah, big final 11 balls. Nepal have had all the momentum. They've taken it all back away from Japan. Can they just find a few boundaries to finish with a flourish? If they can. I'm not saying they'll be favourites, but you never know. The pressure cooker environment that we're playing in, a reminder for a 3rd or 4th time, this is in essence a Super 6 clash. I know it's a Group B game, the final Group B game. But whoever wins this will start the Super 6 with 2 points. That's how big and how important this match is. Both are going to be there whatever the case. Kuwait are knocked out. Nepal's fight back has been extraordinary. It's been exceptional. As poor as they were in phases of that first 12, 15 overs, the fight back has been remarkable.
Exceptional. When Fleming and Rahman were batting, they were milking the ball away so easily against Lamichane, against Gulshan Jha, against Purtel, against Ladit Rajbanshi.
From 97 for 1, somehow Japan have... It hasn't really been that they've collapsed in it. It's been that they've just run into a side that has shifted gears and gone from playing quite averagely, bowling quite poorly, to bowling exceptionally well. There is that little bit of an over-reliance. I do feel that with this Japan lineup from a batting perspective on maybe 3 or 4 players. So someone, maybe Ben Ito Davis, can find a couple of boundaries just to take some momentum in. And that's going to help. After that, he won't be able to stop the second. Do you see 130 being close to being enough for Japan?
It will be not enough though, but they will have to bowl really well to restrict Nepal. Nepal, talking about Kushal Purtel, is very good form. Gulshan Jha, Asif Sheikh, he was not able to score runs in the first game. He is looking to get runs behind his belt.
We've got 3 spinners, 3 seamers. As this one's plundered down the ground, and he's going to go all the way. A magnificent effort from Kushal who I think has got it cleanly with his one hand, but his momentum was always carrying it over the rope. And it is Benito Davis who finds the first boundary since, I believe, all the way back in, well, apart from the 4 in the last over, all the way back in the 12th over. So Kami's figures a bit like the way in which Jazz figures are ruined a touch by their final deliveries of their spells, both going for the same amount. Kami gets 1 for 20 and Gulshan Jad 2 for 20. Nandan Yadav will bowl the final.
11 runs coming off the last over, the penultimate overs of the innings.
Great effort from Kushal out there. Almost went through the reverse hand goalkeeper style. I think he's got it cleanly, but he's just ended up carrying himself over the rope. Let's have a look. Yeah, oh, it's gone past him. Kind of half a hand. Sorry, it's a long way away from our commentary position. As Nandan Yadav will bowl the final from the media centre end here. I'm going to think of a second. It's going to be a risky one. Paddle gets the throw in cleanly and given. It's another run out. I just wonder, would Benito Davis have been better keeping the strike? He's just hit that big 6. Why did they look for the second? Nepal dealing in run-outs again. And it's Rohit Powell who's taken a catch, adds a run-out to his tally. The perfect throw. Good glove work from Asif Sheikh. And it was always going to be a struggle.
It's Davis that who called for a second run, and Thomas ran in. It was an excellent fielding effort by the captain, Rohit, to get around the ball, and the throw was very accurate.
And it wasn't just accurate, Paresh, but it was flat as well. It was flat and right over the top. So on the one bounce, the perfect execution. The problem for Japan is that the new man will be on strike. It's the youngster, the 17-year-old former Japan under-16 captain. Only turned 17 on the plane on the way over here. Did young Charlie Harahinze. He's very much seen as one with an incredibly bright future. Has already played quite a bit for the senior team despite his tender years. And he'll have, well, a difficult task. He was initially listed at 7. They've really juggled their batting order. Japan, he's in down at number 9. And he'll have one role only, really, I would imagine. Get a single, get Ito Davis onto strike and see can Ito Davis find a few boundaries. Worst possible result for Japan. Dot ball, good pace from Yadav. Looks more comfortable with the older ball.
This is good bowling by Nandan Yadav, bowling it back of the length into the pitch with seam-up delivery, not a cutter. I've seen Charlie when he was playing under 19 Asia Cup. A very good cricketer. It's very funny that they are in the East Asia Pacific but playing under 19 Asia Cup.
That would be wide outside the off stump. Maybe the best of both worlds they're getting. Just wonder would Ito Davis have been tempted to run through there and try get on strike. He went immediately. Some of the backing up and running between the wickets has been a bit poor from Japan. As umpire Mughal not happy with where, I think it's where Nandan Yadav is following through, so that may be a warning. He's just going straight down the pitch, Paresh.
Yeah, he has to get on his left in his follow through. I think he's going through the pitch.
Changing the field, deep mid wicket Irie will go out and long off will come up into the circle. 4 balls left. Good cutter. He's got excellent death bowling skills, doesn't he? Surely Ito Davis has to risk running the bye here to get on strike.
He has to. He has 17 of 11. He's already hit a 6 against Sompal Kami. Charlie needs to get the bat on ball and just run. Give the strike to Ito Davis.
Yeah, cricket back at the Asian Games again next year. That'll be hosted in Japan, in Nagoya. Be a really good bonus and boost for Japanese cricket. We saw it in China last time. As it's another play and a miss, and I don't think they should run the second here. Even though Ito Davis kind of offers it to the youngster, they'll end up running the bye. Asif Sheikh may be the first mistake in his copybook with the gloves today. He's been good and strong as always with his glove work, but they will get the bye, and it means Ito Davis, I think he should just be looking at 2s, 4s or 6s for these two balls. Could get Japan up to one. I'll tell you, they'll take 139 given the fight back from Nepal.
Yeah, they will. They were 90 odd for 1. The second wicket went down on the 90s for Japan. They were around 7.5 runs per over.
Okay.
Two balls remain. It's gonna be Ito Davies who's gonna take the strike.
Down the leg side, just that radar today from Nandan Yadav has been a bit off. The leg cutter gives another wide, gets Japan up to 130. 6 and a 4 would get them to 140.
Yeah, that was attempted leg cutter. He hasn't bowled on the right line and length throughout this innings. He's been a big mixed bag, either side of the wicket, either to a left-hander or a right-hander. Just need to do the basics. He's a very smart bowler, very good bowler.
2 balls left, 130 the score.
打ち上げた
This goes a long way up. It should be a catching opportunity. Lamachani goes back and holds on, and Yadav has his first. Nepal have, well, fought back in remarkable, extraordinary, exceptional fashion, and the fans loving every second of it. The colour and the beauty of the blue and red of Nepal. Plenty of flags, big crowd in today, Paresh, and they're making their voices heard.
I think it's a holiday today in Muscat. That is why we can see the Nepali fans coming in numbers.
あるあたりだった
It
けど
was a smart catch by Sandeep Lamichhani going behind in the 30th circle. 8 wicket down for Japan. 130 on board. Last ball remaining after innings.
Ito Davis gone for 17. Did get that one big 6 down the ground, so that's warm applause. The coaching staff all set to get out there and put their players through their paces. Just approaching 5 minutes past 4 local time. Floodlights will probably come into effect towards the end of the second innings, and then of course you've got a big game tonight, remember, in Group C. Papua New Guinea taking on Samoa. Here comes Shirai Patmore, who can't get any contact, and again Asif Sheikh unable to glove it cleanly. They will run through for what should be a bye. A lot of extras in that final over. There was only one off the bat, which was the run out to start with. As Japan are going to have to be content with 131 for 8. A really quite brilliant, exceptional fight back from Nepal, who were in such trouble. 97 for 1 they were when Kendall Karawaki Fleming and Isham Rahman were going so well, but the big wickets came. Gulshan Jha and Sampal Kami I thought were exceptional. Lamachani then got into the game as well. Nandan Yadav closed things out well, and yet again Nepal's fielding has proved a real point of difference. That run out for Dipender Singh Airi is so impressive. So too is the one from Rohit Patel. But really the problem for Japan, just those 2 scores and any notes in their batting lineup.
Yeah, apart from Fleming and Rahman, none of the batters were able to contribute. Talking about the bowling of Nepal, Dipender Singh Airi, a very good economy rate for Sompal Kami and Dipender. Nandan Yadav taking a wicket. 2 wicket apiece for Gulshan Jha and Sandeep Lamichhani.
Yeah, amazing fight back, given it was 13, 14, 15 overs without a single wicket outside of that one, which is a run out that got things going. The way in which they've come back in this contest, really quite remarkable. Kendall Karawaki Fleming played nicely, Japan's all-time leading run scorer, the skipper, the 29-year-old. He was very cautious at first, didn't get much support from his opening partner, but there was a real change, wasn't there? A shift in dynamic around the 8th, 9th over. The boundaries started to come, and Japan really started to dominate the contest.
Yeah, it was the partnership that took Japan forward in the middle overs.
ポーリングのパートになったらちょっとまた、 配信開始しようかなと思いますので、またよければ見に来てやってください。ありがとうございます。
Couple of big sixes against Sandeep Lamichhani.
どうだろう。まあ実際ね、もう日本はこうグループリーグのね、予選は突破決定はしているんですが。
Yeah, and in fairness to Lamichhani, after this partnership, not the greatest over from Bertel, which is a surprise given his impressive little
はい、こ
period.
の3番バッターと
Pumped that
フ
one
レ
into
ミ
the
ングは
sky
やっぱり、
to be
素
held
晴ら
by
しい
somebody
バッターだ
Duran.
な
As
っていう
soon
のを
as that
今回
wicket
改
fell,
め
all
て
of
思
a
いま
sudden
し
they
たね。
started to come
さあ
more
後半の
consistently. Gulshan Jaa
ボー
gave
リ
it
ン
a
グで
massive
どうなるか。
celebration before telling everyone to calm down.
フィールディング頑
Chani
張
came
れ。
into his
日
own
本
with his wicket taking
130
prowess to the
2ラ
floor,
ン
but
取
for
ら
me
れ
it
たら
was
負けで
Gulshan
すから
Jaa
ね。
that was the star of the show.
It was,
いや、
and
抑えて勝ってほし
Gulshan
い。
Jaa was the star of the show in the first game against Kuwait, scoring
では、
25 deliveries.
後半の
We will have to certainly consider him in terms of the group stages as maybe the most impactful player, despite